Hey Collapse 24/7, what is going on? My name is Richard or Temp, whichever one you want to call me. This is my gameplay. It is a 51 and 2 on firing range. A pretty good score. I managed to go on a 51 kill streak and 37 of those kills were with my gun. I'm using the AK-74U, as you can see, grip and rapid fire, which is probably the most overpowered gun on the game. This is like the third game I was using it though, so I was kind of trying to get used to it. I'd used rapid fire alone before, never with grip, so I was trying to get used to the reduced recoil and hopefully get better with the gun in general. Anyway, I wanted to bring up the topic of Ghost, which is kind of been up to a lot of discussion lately. I just want to bring together a lot of different opinions and what I think of the perk in general. Obviously, the perk has been around in different forms, in different names, since Call of Duty 4, since perks were first introduced to the Call of Duty franchise. Back then it was called UAV Jammer, obviously, and the only reason that it wasn't a problem at all in that game was because it competed with Stopping Power and Juggernaut. This also carried on to Call of Duty 5 because people didn't want to give up the perks that helped them every time there was in a gunfight. These perks would help them. They didn't want to give those up to not appear on the radar every so often. But come Modern Warfare 2, they got rid of Juggernaut, so there's less competition. But Stopping Power was still kind of essential. Well, not essential, really helpful. Probably the best second perk. There's only a couple of guns that you could get away with not using Stopping Power in that game. UMP and ACR and the SCAR spring to mind. But of course with Black Ops came the removal of Stopping Power, so now you've got no real competition with Ghost, and it was moved to a first perk slot. So that means that its competitors were Lightweight, Scavenger, Hardliner, Flak Jacket. Let's just go over these. Let's go over its competitors and see how useful they are. Lightweight, it's not really too useful. The only reason you may use it is if you're in competitive objective, or if you're one of those snipers like to jump off stuff. If you got Lightweight Pro and survive for some reason, it's not really useful in the actual game. Scavenger, it's pretty much the same. It's not essential. It's you can deal without it. I mean, it's nice to have ammo and to pick up maybe tomahawks or something if you're a knifer, but if you want to use assault rifles, just use dual mags. You get double the ammo and you get kind of sleight of hand divided by 2, as I like to refer to it as. Hardline, it's pretty good first perk, but if you think about it, it's only 1 kill and the Pro is going to be nerfed pretty soon. It may already be nerfed whilst doing this commentary, I'm not too sure. I haven't played Black Ops in a while. And Flak Jacket, which is probably its main competitor. Really helpful in objective game mode. You can capture the flags and stay in the HQ a lot longer. And in my opinion, the competitors with Ghost aren't really too good. They're not attractive enough to swap out Ghost for anything else. And I just wanted to carry on to the counters of Ghost. Some people say, use motion sensor. You can see if they're coming. If they have Hacker Pro, this doesn't work. That doesn't happen a lot of the time though, so there's no real problem with that. That is the counter to motion sensors, which is Hacker Pro, and it's pretty good, but you have to be static for it to have any real effect. And the people that use Ghost are generally the people that play a lot more defensively. So the only time that you're going to use your motion sensor to pick up a Ghost person is if you're rushing and you just pull out your motion sensor, put it down to see if anyone's in a building or whatever, and that can really interrupt your flow of play, which is why I don't really like using it. Jammer, it's not really a counter, it's more of a taste of your own medicine treatment. It's kind of the if I can't have radar, neither can you mentality, and it's basically got the same problems as the motion sensor. You have to carry it around, you have to put it down in different spots. It doesn't really do too much. It's kind of like Scrambler. It doesn't really affect too much. The next one is Counter Spy Plane, which is kind of the same as Jammer, but you have to give up a kill streak slot to use it. Not too useful because I find when people haven't got a radar, they tend to play a bit more defensively, which means they're sitting there with their Ghost on and they're playing even more defensively than they would be just sitting around with their Ghost on. And Hutch seems to think that the Strayer 3 is the perfect counter to Ghost, and I have to disagree. Although I think it is a good counter to Ghost, if you are running Ghost and the other team has a UAV, it works in your favour. It gives them a full sense of security. You know, they think they can go around a corner, you're there, you kill them. But the Strela, it just eliminates the UAV completely, and they're just back to the mentality of having no UAV whatsoever. So I'm not sure if that makes sense to you. You know, if they have a UAV up and you have Ghost on, they don't know where you are, but they think that they know where you are. If you understand where I'm going here, so they can be tricked into all kind of stuff. So I don't really think the Thread 3 is a perfect counter. It's a good counter, but the biggest counter is probably the Blackbird. But the only problem that I find with this is it's an 8 kill streak and it only lasts for 45 seconds. I find it kind of not fair that you have to get an 8 kill streak to counter a first perk slot. No, just a perk. Just to get a perk to counter it, you need to get an 8 kill streak, and then it only lasts for 45 seconds. If you're an average player, which obviously a lot of people are just average players because they are the average player. That's kind of a redundant sentence right there, but if you're the average player, chances are you're not really going to get a Blackbird a high percentage of the time. Although it is a really good counter, it counters it completely. I really don't think it's... I do run Blackbird a lot. This video was recorded a while ago when I didn't use it, and I've been starting to run Blackbird and I love it now. But I really don't think it's much of a counter. I really do think the Ghost needs to be nerfed in some way. Sorry about that, I live on a racetrack. I don't actually, but I may as well. I really do think that Ghost needs to be nerfed in any way. Maybe what Rings of Redemption said about having it work in only a certain radius. That would be... it's quite a good idea. There are other ideas as well, but I'm not too sure. Why don't you leave a comment telling me your opinion on Ghost and what counters you find are the most effective against Ghost. Sorry, I had a brain fart right there. And anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you can express your opinion in the comments maturely, and we can have a mature discussion about this. If you like this video and my commentary, be sure to check my channel out. The link will hopefully be in the description, and I will see you on my channel if you decide to come over. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.